All right, we're rolling?
We're rolling.
My name is Kaitlyn Malone.
My name is Ryan Carter.
My name is TJ Donahue.
My name is Connor Owada.
My name is Cyan Rose.
My name is Jason Mello.
And this is the truth about the night that Christian Burns tried to stab somebody.
So as most of you know, Christian Burns is a hot topic.
We do feel here that the truth of the circumstance needs to be shared. Christian Burns did not just pull a knife for no reason. He did not just have a psychotic episode for no reason. He was attacked, he was choked out, and he was being held down against his will before things ever escalated to that point.
We are not condoning Christian's actions by grabbing the knife.
The story begins with the broadcaster house.
Christian Burns was already slated to be in the broadcaster house with us months prior because he, was invited to the first set of the trial run.
Kaitlyn Malone, Ryan Carter, and myself all put together a house in Los Angeles, California. The point of the house was to get a group of live broadcasters, Instagram models, and social media influencers, YouTubers, you name it, all in one house together where we could collaborate and create content. Despite covering the rules and covering the intentions of the house, we had multiple wild cards who were mistakenly invited to the house who didn't seem to be on par with what we wanted to do. They decided that they were going to be belligerent, they were going to drink, they were going to scream, start fights, break things, damage the property.
My favorite part was probably when they forgot the whole reason we were actually here and tried to spin it like, we were imagining things or something. The very people that caused this very situation that are trying to get out of it now are the ones that are in fault for that.
We had a few spats with him all over text messaging because he's unstable. He has some issues, and we shouldn't take light or make fun of those issues. He genuinely needs help.
Anybody who's ever met Christian Burns in person or met him online knows by now that he's not necessarily healthy mentally.
Everyone in the broadcaster house that Ryan and TJ and I created knew this from the start.
He has had a troubled past, and to keep instigating something like that, obviously, it's gonna it's gonna trigger him.
Our wild cards decided that they were going to, admittedly, start a play wrestling match with Christian Burns.
I'm actually the photographer and videographer of the house, and when I walked out of the bedroom and started filming them play fighting and stuff, I really did honestly think it was just a playful fight.
Breaking news, guys.
Oh, you want to keep going?
Hello.
Oh my god, it's going viral. Christian Burns is breaking
God, I wish I was in on this.
internet's life.
Get in on it, Jordan.
They won't do it.
Oh my god, it's fucking like...
All right, Nick, let's go. Nick, let's go.
Christian Burns got his ass beat again.
Go.
Oh no.
Right now?
Uh-oh. Now you're taking it. Oh my god. Oh, not the TV, not the TV.
Things escalated to an unnecessary caliber when Nick Sava put Christian Burns in a chokehold and would not let him go.
After that, it kind of escalated, and you can see Christian getting more and more upset about the situation, and instead of saying, all right, Christian, just go, just leave, and getting him out of the room, they kept pushing at him.
Nick continued to choke Christian out despite the fact that he was tapping, he was red in the face, could not breathe. Christian repeatedly asked to be let go, was struggling to get free, was tapping out, and Nick would not let him go. Why? Because he was belligerently drunk, and he is not a respectable person.
Christian's face was so red, and you could tell that he was so angry, and tapping them to just release him, because technically those are the rules.
It seemed like initially a rescue on behalf of Jordan Wood continued to escalate the situation. Jordan Wood pulled Christian out from Nick's grasp, thus freeing him, but then immediately pulled him to the ground and put him in a second chokehold. Again, Christian, panicking now, unable to breathe, is now being held down and choked out by a second assailant. The situation escalated when Christian Burns was finally able to get free. He was exasperated, he was triggered, and he was scared.
The one thing that I realized is he truly felt like he was in danger. I truly do believe that if Jordan Wood and Nick Sava would have understood the fact that Christian just needed a break, it never would have happened.
I was in the middle of the corridor right by where the front door is. I see Christian run out of the room as if he's being chased by someone. No one was behind him, but he just fucking darts so quick. And he opens the door. Next thing I know, he goes over to the knife holdy thingy and he grabs out a butcher knife.
Christian Burns re-entered the room wielding the knife, expressing that he did not feel safe, that he was uncomfortable, that he felt attacked, And before he could really do anything, both Nick and Jordan tackled the kid. They removed the knife, and then they continued to hold him down and suppress him against his will.
What happened was not right. Yes, they did de-escalate the situation by grabbing the knife from him and stuff. I know that point has been pressed by Sarcasm Queen multiple times by screaming in my face. Yes, they did take the knife away from him, but they also did cause the situation and trigger Christian into doing so.
I understand that grabbing a knife is not the healthiest or most respectable thing to do in a situation, and violence is never the answer. However, what needs to be acknowledged by the recent video that is being circulated, it's being taken out of context. Everyone's trying to make it seem like Christian Burns is a psycho who pulls knives on people for no reason, when the reality is Christian Burns was being attacked. He was being held down, he was being submitted, he was being choked out despite tapping out from this play wrestling match. So what started as a joke was no longer a joke. It became an act of assault.
No one really believes that Chris had the intention of hurting anybody. It was more like Christian was already not in the right state of mind when Jordan and Nick were wrestling with him. He seemed frightened more than anything. It's more like when you back a cat into a corner and they release their claws, it's because they're just frightened and they don't know what else to do. Anyone's to blame, it's for freaking Jordan and Nick actually trying to do that to someone where we all knew that Christian wasn't having the greatest fucking time ever since that video was released from VidCon.
I think, though, the real issue with this broadcaster house in general, or even with the statement Christian Burns has tried to stab somebody, I think if you really step back from this and you look at all the facts here, you'll see that there are much bigger players and greater villains on the board.
The thing that nobody has seen is the breakdown that Christian had shortly after it happened.
He ran out having a psychotic breakdown, ran into our neighbor's yard, which is also the owner of this Airbnb.
After running off of the property and trying to get away from everyone so that he could breathe and think for himself, he was then chased out of the house by multiple people who continued to hold him down in the yard.
Me and TJ carried him back to the yard and sat there and tried to calm him down. He wasn't receptive to anything anybody was saying. Nick Sava was laying on him, like kind of grabbing at Christian and stuff like that. And with somebody that's having a mental breakdown, I'm sorry, that's not what you do. And I remember holding him, like sitting there, like, and he wouldn't like stop. He was like, "Oh, just kill me, just kill me."
Dude, listen, bro.
Guys, you're in someone's
No, you're fake. Dude, I'm not fake. Yes, you are. I don't care. I'm dead. I'm killing myself. Leave me alone. Leave me the
Christian.
Chill, dude, chill. Get the fuck away.
Get him back in the house, quick.
Kill me. Please, kill me. Kill me.
I'm sitting there like, dude, you know, we have beef, but I'm not gonna sit here and hurt you after trying to save you from you hurting yourself. Everybody in this house, I'm sorry. I feel like I have the most right to have a vendetta against Christian. And even that night, I was out there trying to save his ass.
You have these two individuals that held Christian Burns down, held him, choked him out, held him down to where he felt unsafe, he couldn't breathe, thus needing to run and try to defend himself. Then later on tried to commit suicide because he was trying so hard to escape his reality.
After his friends who like to trigger him and use him for, you know, the attention that's on him, ditched him at VidCon. Christian did come over to me, and I remember him standing next to me when I was broadcasting. The broadcast is still up, and he was showing me all the hate comments. He was showing me every single hate comment, and he was responding to them, and he was telling me all about them, and he was trying to play it off like it was a joke and stuff. When Keemstar did his video about Christian, I remember him running around super excited that he was going to be on Keemstar. All of that negative attention that he tried to play off so well led to this. It led to him feeling so unsafe in the place where he thought he was among people that he could be safe with, that he wanted to end his own life.
As far as I know, Christian didn't try and kill anybody. And I don't think he'd have the intent of killing anybody. He likes to throw a lot of shade. He likes to talk a lot of garbage. But you know, a lot of it wouldn't happen if he wasn't instigated or he wasn't pushed to have these things happen.
No, dude, this is not God. Just don't let so force Nick, real quick, Christian.
Oh, shit.
Christian, okay? Hey.
Nick needs a little breather too. It's hot and warm in here.
When we were finally able to get Christian away from those people into a safe, calm environment where he could sit down and talk, he was able to express himself. He was able to be calm and feel safe. He was able to get thoughts and points across because he didn't have belligerent, angry, aggressive people surrounding him, berating him, holding him down, choking him out. The truth of this circumstance is that the villains in this house were
the Jordan Wood, Sarcasm Queen, Edward, Shredward, Nick Sava, whoever you are. The only reason they invited Christian Burns to stay in the house is so they could continue using his social media platform and his trending ability to their advantage because they wanted to see him do something else. And as soon as he did, they all pulled their phones out unanimously. Christian Burns needs psychological help. You are monsters. I'm glad you're out of the house. And nobody on the internet should look up to you or follow you or trend with you because you guys are scum.
I'm sure you can tell that my face is busted up right now. Jordan Wood punched me in the face, assaulted me as well. I have not pressed charges because I think that things can be handled without getting the police involved. Nick Sava and Jordan Wood repeatedly broke the house rules, repeatedly disrespected me, Ryan, and Kaitlyn, everybody in this house. They damaged the property. They invited people over that they should not have had, including minors who had no business being in this house to begin with. They're assaulting people, and then they're using information out of context to make people look bad. The reality of this situation is that Christian Burns, although a very troubled young individual, is not simply a villain. Nothing is black and white. And if we're really going to look at the situation and we're going to look at the things that he has done, keep in mind that behind him there is a band of aggressive people who are triggering him, laughing about it, encouraging him to make the wrong choice rather than guiding him to making the proper choice. Christian Burns is a topic of heightened controversy right now. So now everyone around him wants to try to exploit him so that they can get their own views and get their own numbers.
I think we're looking at all the wrong people. I think some of you big YouTubers should look and dive a little bit into the Jordan Wood. You should dive a little bit further into Shredward and Nick Savo since they really want to be internet, celebrities. They want to be internet something. I think we should dig a little deeper. Let me know what you find.
I hate to bring up Donald Trump, but he says fake news for a reason. If you guys want to just take bits and pieces and spin them for own personal gain, go for it. I can't fucking stop you. But if you want to know the truth about what really happened about that night, I'm the one that has all the video proof of it all. Believe what you want, but I have the truth.
We're here to tell you that Christian Burns is not just a villain. This situation is not black and white, and people need to hear his side of the story, or at least somebody needs to speak up and represent his side of the story.
My name is Kaitlyn Malone. I'm the girl behind the story, and this is the truth behind the night that Christian Burns tried to stab somebody. It's the truth behind the bullshit.